Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dino action. Going to be a little bit shorter tonight. I'm getting pretty hot still. Get a little bit more sleep, but I started a little bit later. If you're watching this in the morning, of course, or any time afterwards, hopefully you had a good weekend, are having a good weekend. Happy Friday. Yes, tonight is a continuation of Core Dino, the list that I just love so much. I have that fantastic match from my phone, which I'm still trimming up, but it's going to be exciting, and hopefully we have some exciting matches for you in store tonight. Of course, like last night, we've got my favorite core of 2-drops, Marauding Raptor, sometimes swinging for pretty big, a 4-3, a 6-3 if it has pinged a couple dinos in a turn. Of course, Regisaur Alpha is 2-in-1 dino, so that's always lovely. Huntmaster, stack that cost reduction with Marauding Raptor, as always. Get some very explosive plays, my goodness. And Thunderherd Migration continues to prove itself. Sometimes it takes a few games, but usually it's always lovely stuff when you get to ramp in stable fashion. Gwenna, though, oh boy. That match that I'm going to post, I'll finish it up after I'm done here, but wow. Oh, simply stunning. Can't sing her praises enough. Now, I have moved away from her for a while. I've come back to her. I think, again, she just elevates everything else in the deck. Gets me that little bit closer, a little bit easier to playing the big stuff like Carnage Charge, Tranix Rex, Shifting Ceratops, of course, being 5 powers, so Gwenna does untap. Perhaps shifting is reduced quite easily to 2 green with either this, Ronus's Monument, very lovely stuff, giving Marauding Raptor +2/+2 and Trample. Sometimes, of course, it does get chump blocked, which is very unfortunate. Not having Trample, being big, oof, sucks. All I have to do is play one creature, and perhaps it could be Otepec Huntmaster. Usually, Huntmaster's just dead if I have a Marauding Raptor out. It doesn't happen too often, but the odd time I top deck this guy and it feels not so great. So I could have Ronus's Monument, maybe I play it that turn, plus Huntmaster, or it's just already out. Even though Huntmaster dies when we cast it, when we play it, for 1 red, I turn this into +2/+2 and Trample, because whenever we cast a creature spell, target creature you control gets +2/+2 and Trample until end of turn. So it gives a little bit value to Huntmaster where otherwise it is dead. But again, it doesn't happen often enough that I care. Marauding, attack with it, being big. Sideboard wise, Rending Volley keeps doing the trick against mono white humans, although I still haven't faced them a whole lot after facing them back to back, and then once more that night after I finished the stream a couple of days ago. Yeah, I say we just jump into it, get the action going, and oh boy. Definitely take a bite out of that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you want to see those notifications. Join the Discord. All those links are going to be in the description and the list as well. Always there. Heezer. No idea. Something ramp related, maybe with that Ugin avatar. That looks pretty good. Absolutely fantastic right there. Even if I had to mulligan or send one to the bottom, maybe shifting, still would be lovely with Gwenna. Mono red, though, going to be a little bit problematic, perhaps, especially if they get a nice explosive start. Something with haste here, making use of that. Oh, phew. Well, that could be okay. As long as we get Gwenna, and if Gwenna survives, we've got 3 Shifting Ceratopses now. That's going to be where it's at. Now, possibly I could just play Shifting Ceratops next turn, thinking that Gwenna probably is going to die to some of their removal. Dr. Gazooks, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Yes, it's going to be a little bit shorter tonight. I know some of you guys can't quite stay all the time. That's alright. If I get another land next turn, I believe it's double shifting Ceratops. Yeah, we can go shifting Galta. Oof. Okay, like I said, unfortunately. Brotherhood's End is going to be fantastic in game 2 here, dealing 3 damage to each creature. Just got back from the Spider-Man. Oh, very good stuff. Happy to hear. Exciting. I've heard good things about that. Yeah. Oh, what am I thinking? We're just dead. We're already down to 2. I was having such a good time explaining, and boom. Mono Red doing its Mono Red stuff, but Brotherhood's End. Sweepers doing their thing. I'm going to trim Gwenna. Of course, she could die to the Sweeper if I play her, but I want to play the Sweeper on the following turn. Maybe I don't want to hold off playing Gwenna. I want to risk possibly playing something. Nah, we'll trim her. Sometimes, often enough, she can get that counter on her if she casts a creature with power 5 or greater, getting her to 4 toughness, surviving the 3 damage. And we'll see. I still like Ronus's Monument, certainly because it is a pretty stable thing. Fantastic. Oh, I haven't been to a movie in a long time, actually. I was going to do that, lump it together with my wife's, our date night tonight. But we just decided to go out for food, and boy, was it good. I had some split pea risotto. Something fancy. My wife had steak, and oh, it was lovely. Divine. I think I'll give this hand a whirl. Of course, I've got Marauding, which is lovely. A 2-3 could scare away some of their aggression, oftentimes being a 2-2. Well, we'll find out. Oh, it was very tasty, very tasty. I posted some of the pictures in the Discord there. Our favorite appetizer, one of the appetizers at this restaurant, is a baked or deep fried ravioli. Yes, nice crispy coating around each noodle stuffed with ricotta cheese, and you dip it in marinara sauce, and sometimes we just die to mono red, but we got shifting, which is a 5-4 body. That's probably pretty good. Of course, they could have something hasty, but I still imagine if anything's going to die next turn, it probably would be Marauding Raptor. Might as well make some use of it. We'll see. Soul Seer. Okay, well, Soul Seer is good. Yeah. Just under shifting, and hope we have enough bodies to stop them. I'm going to hold back on both of those and hope they run out of gas at some point. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm still thinking about that dinner. Coffee was good. Dessert was good. A raspberry rhubarb tart. Yeah. Oh. And it's a local restaurant too, just down the road from where we live. Pretty much just have to roll down the hill and I roll into a good meal. I'm just happy to eat food. Simple or otherwise. Shifting Ceratops are going to try and take out that Monastery Swift Spear. Hope they don't have an Ember Cleave, but that could be coming up. Bone Crusher? Well, I still take out Monastery Swift Spear, I hope. That's okay. 2 bodies down. Shifting still living. Oof. I think we have a chance here. Raspberry tarts. Okay, hey. Rhubarb, well, it was kind of like mixed together and blended, so into a puree, I guess. The raspberry, the rhubarb, you really don't notice the rhubarb, it just adds a little bit more of a tartness. It's not like actual chunks, so I think it would be right up your alley. Oh, then. Goodness. Where's that 5th land when you need it? Of course, if Marauding Raptor is still alive, we could have played that Regis or Alpha, and that would have helped big time, just making a bunch of bodies. 4-3 Bone Crusher, I don't really want to take 4 damage. I think I gotta block it. Going down to 4 is just too dangerous against a deck like this. And just because I could possibly play Regis or Alpha next turn. Of course, Rampaging Brontodon might potentially do us in. Hopefully that's not the case. And we do take 2 damage because it is 2 bodies from the 2 pings of Rampaging. Ah, okay, yeah. Rhubarb is a little bit uncommon, I guess, for people. Den of the Bugbear probably does kill us. Six exactly? I think so. 2. Yeah, exactly lethal. Even if we block Den of the Bugbear and something else for 2. I can't block Rampaging Brontodon because, well, it does have menace. We might have left ourselves at 1. It was quick. Oh, but Assault Tide draw 2 for standard. Huh. I guess Assault Tide draw 2 being if stuff that cares about drawing 2 cards in a turn, I imagine that's what you mean. I've always liked that particular effect. Who doesn't love to draw cards and then get a benefit for drawing? But Sultai, very, very nasty color combination. Black, blue, and green. Gonna be scary answers in there. Access to a lot of scary answers. In this hand, I mean, oof. Certainly a lot better than that first one. Getting Gwenna on turn 3. We'll see what feels a little bit safer, of course. Hopefully it's not another mono red. And oh, it's looking like Dimir Control. Now, because it looks like Dimir Control, we're just going to play it safe. We're going to go with Marauding Raptor. I imagine whenever I play, probably would get killed. Yes, oh, that is nice. Grixis, okay. So we're facing Grixis Control. Dragons, potentially. They see me wanting to play a creature. They either have removal or a counterspell. Oh, they're taking a peek. Getting rid of Gwenna, I imagine. They have a Fatal Push for Marauding. With that other source of black, potentially. Oh, okay. I think that's it. We'll try. Hope for the best. No Fatal Push. They have to take out Marauding this turn or else Regis or Alpha is about to drop. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. And I have an extra 1 to pay if they have a censor wanting us to pay an extra 1. Make disappear. An extra 2, unfortunately. Couldn't have used Castle Garenbig's ability to make 6 green, leaving me with 2 extra to pay because I can only use it for creatures. And let's try for this guy. Oh, it lands. Beautiful. I still get to make the token. Marauding Raptor isn't going to ping Regisaur as they kill it here, but hey, it's some bodies. And they don't have Fatal Push, which is always lovely. They would have done that a long time ago. We do get Galta. That's good. That's good. I like it. I'm just going to hit him for a bunch. Take him as low as possible. Make sure we can probably kill him next turn. Yeah, I lose 2 life. Hopefully Galta sticks around. Oh, it's Archfiend of the Dross combo. Didn't have any counters on it because it didn't enter. Well, that's, I've never faced that before. Okay. Yeah, so Galta was a creature. Metamorphic Alteration entered. Galta became a copy of their Archfiend of the Dross. Archfiend of the Dross's ability, at the beginning of your upkeep, remove an oil counter from Archfiend of the Dross. If it has no oil counters on it, you lose the game. I guess. I mean, it does the trick. Huh. Boom. Tyvar stand, though. I'm kind of thinking about bringing that in, because, well, I don't stand for shenanigans like that. Yikes. Oh, hopefully Dr. Gazooks. I really did like Morph. There's just so much interesting decisions, I think. Megamorph, especially. Hopefully they bring back Megamorph, although I think I read it wasn't too popular. Of course, there is a dinosaur with Megamorph. Death Miss Raptor. 3/3 Death Touch. Whenever it's turned up, you could return a creature from your graveyard to your hand. Or it might be a permanent, but Morph or Megamorph. Either one. I would wish for something 2 or 3. I'm going to keep it in the hopes that, well, there's a very good chance I get something before, well, I just get to Regis or Alpha, possibly on turn 5. Oh, Thoughtseize to start classic, fantastic, as it always is. No 2-drop or 3-drop to get rid of because it's not in the hand. Oh, that's a pro gamer move. Oh, good. They don't know we have a Tyvars. That's going to be very nice indeed. I think we could get to Carnage Tyrant. Oh, well, there it is. Look, what was I saying? A good chance to get something for 2 or 3 by the time or before I get to those costlier things. They don't have a counter spell for 2, which is lovely. We get to Carnage Tyrant next turn. We can surprise them. Go for the throat? Let's do it. I want to keep Tyvars around. Yeah. Semi-Sultai, I think, was pretty heavily in Sultai, if I remember correctly. Let's see what they do to Carnage Tyrant, though. Trinix Rex can come down next turn as well, and definitely, hey, there we go. I think I would rather draw out Extinction Event on Carnage Tyrant than have Trinix Rex nice and safe and healthy this turn to smack them. And hopefully they don't have another Extinction Event. Or enough to pay the Ward 4 cost. They could if they play another land this turn, plus removal for 2. Memory Deluge for 4 is not going to cut it. Dead. There you go. None of that Archfiend of the Dross, Metamorphic Alteration, instant win shenanigans. Possibly I could have enchantment removal. Metamorphic Alteration is an enchantment, so Back to Nature would stop that, but they might have a hard time assembling that combo anyways. Tyvar's stand would protect against Metamorphic Alteration, giving our creature hexproof, and then Metamorphic Alteration just wouldn't pop on it anyways. Trim 1 Galta. I still like Ronus's Monument. I think bringing 1 Ronus's in instead of 1 Galta probably going to be better. Oh. Well, it's pretty rough. I'm going to keep it though. That hand worked out previously. Of course, I like seeing the Shelter Thicket as always. My only copy of it, and I don't play stuff for 1 often. So it's always nice as the turn 1 land. Oh, Thunderherd Migration, that is a thing for 2. Cross your fingers, there's no counter spell. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yes. Counter spell. Taking them a while. Not a counter spell. Woo. My goodness. I was all but certain they were going to do that. You know, shifting is dropping. I play another shifting coming up. We'll make them do something. Maybe they forgot that shifting Ceratops can't be countered, and they were waiting. Boom. Or they just have go for the throat. they have Go for the Throat pre-recorded. A Tyvar stand to protect shifting. Now that could be good. Of course, I always like to hopefully have enough that I can sink mana into Tyvar's stand, pump shifting, do a bunch more damage. Oh, they're going to get desperate, I think. Getting a little bit scared. There's that Archfiend of the Dross. Have they assembled the combo? That certainly is the question. Castle Garenbrig, Carnage Taunt, still left with Tyvar's for shifting. Let's see that Metamorphic Alteration next turn. Oh boy. Do it. I dare you. Actually, no, they can't target shifting because it's protection from blue. I forgot about that. Metamorphic Alteration is only blue. Even if it was part blue, they still couldn't do their thing. They're just about dead next turn. Oh, my goodness. Love it. Attack him with Carnage Taunt. I imagine Archfiend of the Dross might block it. I can give shifting Ceratops, well, protection with Tyvar's stand. Now, let's see what they do with both. I'm pretty sure they would want to trade and go not kill Carnage. How about that? Good stuff. Maybe they had Fatal Push or something, or I don't know. Just cross your fingers there's no Extinction event coming up. I think there might be. Possibly I could have held off on Carnage Taunt, but in case it's not in there. Oh boy. Oh? They haven't played it yet. I think perhaps they don't have Extinction event, which would get rid of everything we have. Oh, look at that. Cut, how's it going? It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good, I must say. Now. Oof. You joined at the right time, Cut. Certainly. They had a wacky kill with Archfiend of the Dross. They used Metamorphic Alteration, making Galta a copy of Archfiend, but Galta, of course, didn't have any oil counters on her. So at the beginning of our upkeep, when it came around to our turn, remove an oil counter from Archfiend of the Dross. Then if it has no oil counters on it, you lose the game. Galta had no oil counters on her, so boom, we just died. It was pretty sneaky, but they couldn't target any of our creatures that I had out at the moment. Shifting with Pro Blue, Carnage Taunt, of course, with Hexproof, and bam. I'm glad I listened to my gut. Although Extinction Event certainly could have been a blowout. It felt like it was worth the risk. And it paid off. Jacob, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. If you're just joining me recently, or if you've been lurking, of course, it's always fantastic. Happy to have people watching. Huntmaster, though. I like this hand. Turn 2, boom, with Karplusan in the forest. Karplusan forest and a forest. That's a tongue. Oh, very interesting. So it's the second mono red aggro of the night. Sometimes I don't face it for days in a row, and starting off with the Soulscar Mage is not going to be fun. I'm still going to try for Huntmaster, even though chances are it's dead. It might enable shifting Ceratops next turn with that cost reduction. Oh boy. I think I'll mulligan pretty aggressively for the Brotherhood's End to deal 3 damage to each creature in game 2. That's going to mostly decimate them, you would think. I'll just pay 1. I'll pretend like I don't have a dinosaur in hand. I'll grab the mountain just so I don't have to take any damage from a Karplusan forest, making a source of red, helping me to play Regisaur Alpha. Regisaur is 2 bodies. I think that's going to do the trick. Of course, we could kill him next turn with shifting, with Galt, if all those things are sticking around, even though they have 4 cards in hand. Oh boy, might they have Embercleave? They could. Soulscar Mage could be 3 with Burn. Try for blocking the Etching of Kumano. Oh, okay, well, mono red having the Embercleave, of course, that does the trick. Yeah, nothing you can do. Almost had him. Okay, Brotherhood's End, quick, fast. Trim Huntmaster. Tyvar Stand, possibly. You know what, let's get rid of Gwenna. Bringing all the Tyvars. Oh, I like that. Use Tyvars on whoever's blocking the creature that they attach Embercleave to. Then our creature doesn't die. Maybe they get more powerful. Maybe that Embercleave trampling double striker doesn't connect on through with a whole lot of damage, because perhaps Regis or Alpha becomes a 6/6, a 7/7 with the possible potential buffing of Tyvar Stand. Oh yes, cuts especially. Tyvar's I think is just straightforward and pretty fantastic. All around catch-all. Save stuff from removal, win trades, attack into anything. You don't have to worry about the Wandering Emperor and Azorius control. They flash it in, try to exile your creature, boom, hexproof, and the creature is possibly bigger. The creature is sticking around, and it does the trick. This hand, though, very exciting stuff, of course. We got our source of red with Karplusan Forest, so Topiary Stomper at the very least is going to grab that mountain. Then we'll get to the second source of red for Brotherhoods, and hopefully we'll smoke them fast enough. Oh boy, they haven't played a whole lot. I think Brotherhood's End is going to be the all-star here. But definitely Monument, Ronus's Monument, yeah. I often call it Monument of Ronus, but that's not it. Brotherhood's End doesn't take out anything, sadly, so it's just got to be good old Thunderherd Migration. Get to 5 mana next turn for Regis or Alpha, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think Ronus's Monument is a no-brainer for me, at least. Most of the dinos and creatures are green or part green, so it pretty much reads as creatures you control cost 1 less. Whenever we cast a creature, we make stuff bigger. Well, I guess that's how it goes. Any chance of beating this? Not really. Not really. Yeah. Gave it an honest effort, and they just got pretty lucky, I expect. Maybe they have 4 Embercleaves, but I feel it's probably not 4 Embercleaves. They just got what they needed at the right time. Yeah. Nothing much you can do about that. Of course, instant speed, artifact destruction. Thrashing Brontodon certainly could have been good in that case. A 3/4 body. Sometimes you cast Thrashing Brontodon for 2 green with that cost reduction, and as long as you have 1 mana up of any color, you can sacrifice it. Destroy Embercleave. Use Thrashing Brontodon to block somebody, sacrifice it before passing to damage, and then that creature's damage doesn't continue on through. Save yourself quite a bit. Oof. Oh, that was almost good. Speaking of the spicy stuff with Ronus's Monument, if I had 2 lands, absolutely a keeper. Well, that could be good as well. I like the looks of that. Send Galta to the bottom, of course. Play it safe. We'll get to Ronus's Monument, and I think we'll be in a nice position. Ronus's Monument on turn 3. Oh, Gwenna. Perhaps this is mono black. Waste not, discard something. I imagine Gwenna is all but certainly dead to removal. Ronus's Monument, of course, should be infinitely more stable. I love it. I bet that's sticking around. Probably don't have much. Oops, there you go. We would have lost Gwenna. Discard a card. Carplucin Forest it is. Oh, Regis or Alpha to boot. Gwenna for 2. We got to take Liliana of the Veil down 2-1. Unfortunately, I can't attack with both, but hey, all they can do is +1 next turn, make us discard, I guess, a Gwenna. We'll see. Yeah, definitely like Regisaur instead. Gonna cross my fingers they don't have Thoughtseize. Hey, how's it going? Winning tonight, a little bit. Faced mono red aggro and they had some fantastic starts, so that was a no-no. Mono red aggro and then some Grixis strange combo that I beat. Then lost to mono red aggro just the previous match. I'll send 2 tokens at Liliana just on the off chance they have removal for one of them. Hopefully they don't. Phew. Okay, I listened to my gut. They certainly could have had 2 fatal pushes and she would still be sticking around. Rest of my day was good, yes. Actually, it was, well, kind of rough. Not too rough. I didn't mind it. I had to clean the drain out at work. The drain hadn't been cleaned in a long time. Actually, I'm not going to reveal the fact I have Carnage Torrent. Hopefully playing it next turn. Boom. Down to 1. I think we can get it done. But yeah, hopefully you guys are staying cool. It's getting pretty hot here. The AC isn't working quite as well as I would hope. Yeah. 78 degrees, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Celsius, I don't know, but yeah. Roughly around 78, 79. Pretty humid too. But mono black mid-range, perhaps. Didn't get a whole good idea, of course. Invoke Despair is nasty. Karn, Soren. Where's the Thinking Dino? I think it could be mono black Devotion with Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to keep it like that. Tyvar Stand, of course, the Indestructible doesn't protect against sacrificing stuff. If I only have 1 creature, even if it's Carnage Tyrant, even if Carnage is indestructible, no. And that hand, I mean, that looks like lovely stuff. No turn 1 Thoughtseize, ripping and seeing the potential destruction that is about to happen. I guess I kind of found it pretty fun. It was a lot of sludge. Hadn't been done in a while. I guess I'm the person for the job and happy to help. Always. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gwen would be dead. We'll just play it safe with Topiary Stomper, get ahead, basic lands. We'll draw out removal, I expect. Hey, there we go. And that was Shieldred's Edict, which is a sacrifice thing. We could have lost Carnage Tyrant or Trinix Rex down the line to that. Oh my goodness, look at all this ramp. Well, I'm definitely going to try for Shifting Ceratops. Give it haste, see what happens. Just keep drawing out that removal. Drop Gwenna, but oh, there we go. Hopefully they don't have another Shieldred's Edict. That's unfortunate. At least I should maybe get to hit him with Tyrannix Rex. Oh, Invoke Despair. Well, they're going to feel some despair coming up. Trying to think. Gwenna plus something. Castle Garenbrig, 4 lands is 6. Stomping Ground is 7. Gwenna 4. Shifting. Oh, yeah. That's what we're doing. Of course, play Gwenna first. even though she can't tap and untap, she still gets that 1/1 counter on her when it plays shifting. And I have 2 bodies, so I have my choice of sacrificing creatures. Oh yes, absolutely, Dr. Gazooks. Excuse me. 100%. I haven't done that in a while. It was probably a year, might have been over a year since I've done a fan fight night, fan duel. Oh, look at that, look at that. Yeah, you know what? Maybe tomorrow night. Fan fight night. Fantastic fan fight night. I'll just keep adding on words. Either way, it's going to be good. Okay, yeah, I got to write it down. I don't want to forget. Of course, if you think I've forgotten about anything, anybody, leave a comment on a video. Remind me of it, because I definitely have a lot on my mind. Some things can fall by the wayside, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. I wrote down fan fight night. Probably can't read it too well, but it's there. Okay, so yeah, you saw the awesome power of that. Lots of big heavy hitters. Sometimes I don't need Gwenna. Sure, it didn't feel safe to play her really at any time until that moment. Of course, I would have loved to get her down, but they had so much mana untapped. I rightly assumed they had some sort of removal at instant speed that would deal with whatever creature I played. Make them run out of gas and boom, drop 2 things in a turn. Yeah. I think it's a little bit too risky. Maybe if one of these things was shifting Ceratops, Topiary, Stomper, a little bit cheaper, safer, especially if it's something with super early removal, which is quite a bit. 1 mulligan. Ooh, that got worse. You never know. 1 more mulligan. Okay, hey, there we go. Got something better. Play it safe. Send the 2 costliest things to the bottom, of course. It'll make a whole lot of sense to send Topiary Stomper back in. Oh, look at that. We've got the perfect Thunderherd migration. Of course, we are facing Guild Gates. Gate. Tribal. It's a little bit slow. We have to have a pretty explosive start, though, because they can really run away with things. Alpine Moon. They have Alpine Moon in there for Nykthos. Oh, look at this, folks. They thought we were mono green. We are not mono green devotion. They played Alpine Moon and did nothing. That's kind of fun, actually, I must say. Make them think you're mono green and then they do something like waste their cards. Mind games. I'm going to have to remember that. Oh, that was lovely. I think Gwenna is all but certain to land safely, of course, but I have the chance to just play Carnage Taunt. Certainly that's better. Get it down, get to attacking with Carnage Taunt on the following turn. That's going to be lovely. Gates Ablaze. We don't have to worry about Gates Ablaze. For 2 and a red, 3 in total, they deal damage to each creature equal to the number of gates they have. We have a few turns of hitting them with Carnage Taunt before they get to 6 gates and can take Carnage out with that sweeper. So we got lots of time. That's definitely the highlight of the night when they named Nykthos, which I have been thinking still of adding to this. I think it would be fantastic. Of course, there's plenty of devotion. I meet the break point of 4 devotion in a specific color for Nykthos. You tap 2 lands in Nykthos, 3 lands in total, but you make 4 mana. You want to at least have that 4 devotion. Or I guess if you only had 3 devotion, you would turn Nykthos technically into a green source or a red source, so it still could be good, but you want to at least make a little extra. We'll see if maybe they go Gates Ablaze next turn. It would take out Gwenna and Topiary Stomper, but we still get to keep hitting him with Carnage Tyrant. I think they may wait for that Gates Ablaze if they have an opportunity to do so. But I don't think it's going to be fast enough. Fires of Invention. A sweeper. Not a sweeper. Well, they are dead. Gwenna helping to cast Shifting Ceratops. Boom. Shifting his haste. Oh man, that is lovely stuff. I still could have cast Carnage Tyrant, but I want to do this instead and just kill him. Don't give him any chances. Oof. Got him. Love it. Back to nature. I'm kind of thinking back to nature because this is sort of a 5-color Fires of Invention Gates deck. Focused, of course, on Maze's End. The pretty nice payoff for Gates if they can get there. They can pay 3, tap it. Return Maze's End to its owner's hand. Search your library for a Gate card and put it onto the battlefield. Then shuffle. If you control 10 or more gates with different names, you win the game. You can imagine it takes quite a few turns to assemble 10 differently named gates. Tyvor stand, no, actually. Protecting against Gates Ablaze. They could have other sweepers, of course. The Fires of Invention, though, is pretty nice. You get to cast some big stuff. You could have multiple gates enter the battlefield tapped. That's just what gates do. But you still get to cast something costly up to the number of lands you control for free. I'm going to keep it like that. I think they're fairly light on removal. Of course, a few sweepers here or there, but Gwenna might be able to stick around if we see her. Definitely lighter on removal than a lot of the other stuff I've faced tonight. Probably the best chance against the deck that she's going to live. Yes, very. Oh, name Castle Garenbrig, probably. Sadly. But what? Odd. Did the funny laugh even go? Okay, there we go. Yeah, well, I guess. I'll play Gwenna and hope they don't have Gates Ablaze this turn. Cross your fingers. Gatebreaker Ram. Okay, that's not too bad. Of course, I mean, it is pretty big, but nope, Gwenna, you're not tapping for Marauding. Marauding for 2. Gwenna's gonna tap for 2 to play Shifting. Watch this, folks. This is where Gwenna shines. Absolutely stick with this. Shifting for 3, Gwenna on taps. I have enough power for Ghalta for 2, for Topiary for 2. This is... It does not get better than this. Tap on tap. Topiary Stomper. Tap her. Boom. Off. Love it. Smoke them. Shifting Ceratops. Attack with haste. Because I have 1 green left over. Boom. Threaten. The Gatebreaker Ram. Lights out. That is why I love Gwenna more than any other 3-cost thing that can ramp. Of course, she is very fragile. If you don't have counters on her, or if you play her into open mana, I mean, expectedly, she's going to get killed or answered. But if she sticks around, that's what happens. Very, very nice. Just hope they don't have a sweeper. Supreme Verdict. Another Gatebreaker Ram may not save them. Oh my goodness, look at this. Gwenna taps for 2. Oh, shifting. Untap. Phoenix Rex. Oh, boom. Untap. Dead. Carplucent Forest. Shift. Oh my goodness. This doesn't get more disgusting than that. Oh, but Gwenna tapped herself. Gwenna shouldn't have tapped. I should have done that right. Force Carplucent Forest to make a green, and then Gwenna still would have been swinging at him with 6. Yeah. Woo. But they still die anyway. That's okay. That's a good case for Gwenna, if I've ever seen one. If you stumble at even a bit. Oh man. Some good games tonight. Yeah, not much more to say about that. Marauding Raptor, consider this. Effectively, Marauding Raptor was reducing Tyrannix Rex to a total mana value of 6. Gwenna tapping for 2 mana to play Tyrannix Rex. But Gwenna untaps, so it's almost as if the 2 mana that Gwenna used, it's kind of like Tyrannix Rex cost 2 less. Because I still get Gwenna untapping, able to use it again, or just attack with her. Either way, it's like Tyrannix Rex was cost 4, which is absolutely nasty. Yeah. Oh, wow. Ooh, okay. Win or lose if I'm playing dinos. I'm winning. Absolutely. Gruul Commander, yes, cut. The extended art version of Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia, actually is pretty expensive for whatever reason. I think the normal version of Gwenna is pretty good. But yeah, if you can get a Gwenna at a decent price, do so. But I love dinos so much. Play them as much as possible, whenever possible. Of course, some nights are going to be a little bit shorter, at least this night. This may perhaps be the last match of the night, just because I started a little bit late and perhaps I want to get maybe a little bit more sleep. Of course, it is the weekend, but yeah, Pterosaurus, absolutely. Win or lose, playing dinos, basically only dinos all the time. That's a pretty cool thing itself. Oh, that first hand, 1 land. This second hand, we've got 2. Castle Garenbig, of course, has to be first because we don't have an actual forest to help it untapped. Coming to play untapped, I should say. Now the question becomes, is there a pretty good chance to get Tyrannix Rex? The turn 2 play is either going to be Thunderherd or Marauding. Probably Thunderherd to play it safe. 3. You know what, I'm still going to send Tyrannix Rex to the bottom. Just because I don't know what they're all about. And keeping Tyrannix Rex might be a little bit problematic. I'm going to try for Marauding just because it looks like mono white humans, maybe? Okay, mono white humans. Yeah, a little bit painful 3-1. That's okay. I certainly want to preserve Marauding and get to Gwenna. Yes, please. Let's do it. Possibly could have done Ronus's Monument. Of course, I get to pressure him with Marauding a little bit. Everything might be a little bit too big, and now we'll see. Gwenna herself might deter the Coppercoat Vanguard from attacking. I just hope there's no Brutal Cathar or something to exile. Something. We are at 11, unfortunately. Ronus's Monument might save us if Marauding Raptor can stick around. A few showcase copies lying around. Beautiful. Oh, I know it is expensive, yeah. 6 US. Insane. Yes, I will try Dr. Gazooks. Brotherhood's End, of course, coming up. Game 2, 3 damage to everything. Well. We might do some pretty explosive stuff here. Of course, Regis or Alpha gets as many bodies online. Marauding Raptor could get absolutely massive. Will be massive. does it make sense to attack with Marauding? An 8-5 instead of a 6-3 is lovely. They would have to block with two things. Could Regisaur and the token be enough to deter their aggression? You know what? I'm going to hold off. Play it safe. Okay. Regisaur with Thalia's Lieutenant, I expect, is probably the best bet. Uppercoat Vanguard and Soldier of the Pantheon. Has protection from multicolored. Of course, Marauding is not multicolored. I think that's going to do it. Yeah, well, that's too bad. Close. If we could have maybe stalled. Had just enough to block and then play the hasty Galta next turn, make stuff big. But Rending Volley, quite fantastic against humans. Of course, they aren't part blue. Don't have to worry about the countering effect. I think Brotherhood's End is going to be better. Sometimes, nah, you know what? I'm going to bring it all in. Get rid of Gwenna. Keep Galta. Shifting in one Galta. Okay, here goes nothing. Stack that removal and answers. Keep everything clear and then drop a big thing. It gets a little bit awkward in the middle there, trimming Shifting Ceratops, but I've always wanted to try something like this. So much hate. Certainly seems quite reasonable there. We got the potential of Rending Volley to take out that Soldier of the Pantheon. Okay, okay. Oh, Castle Garenbrig to boot. Well, I'm definitely going to try for Hunt Master. Marauding next turn. Although I would use the source of red for Rending Volley. So hopefully I get... Ah, no, I'm not blocking. Hopefully I get another source of red. Oh, Brotherhood's End though. Now we're going with Marauding. If both of those things survive, we could see Regisaur Alpha next turn. Or Carnage Tyrant, potentially. They haven't played a whole lot. They are stumbling in the land department, so we do have some time. Oh, they're really, really stumbling. This is good for us. Okay. Carnage or Regisaur? I think Regisaur Alpha. It has the best potential. Of course, Marauding gets to a 6-3. Plus we got a 4-2 and a 3-1. Technically, after Marauding pings them. But hey, if we take out a Soldier of the Pantheon, when it blocks... Nah, I remembered that. Soldier of the Pantheon has protection from multicolored. Regisaur Alpha is multicolored. Soldier of the Pantheon would not have died if it had blocked Regisaur Alpha. Phew. Okay. I beat those humans in a little bit of an unfortunate way, but yeah. I'm going to try this again. Maximum hate. 4 sweepers and 4 pieces of single target removal. Pretty crazy stuff. But I think there's enough bodies. We keep the board clear. Eventually we will drop a big thing that, well, they may not have much, if anything, to deal with. I think this hand could be pretty reasonable. Of course, Thunderherd or Huntmaster on turn 2, but it's no Rending Volley or Brotherhood's End. I think there's a good chance to see one of those. 8 chances to see removal for their stuff. Worth a shot. Of course, the turn 1 Hopeful Initiate. Thalia. Oh, well, there it is. There it is. I think they might play Adeline this turn. I want to wait and possibly kill her. No Adeline. Okay. Luminarch Aspirant. Probably putting the counter on Probably the Hopeful Initiate, perhaps. That's a big Thalia's Lieutenant. I gotta take out something. Dauntless Bodyguard would have sacrificed itself. It did name Thalia's Lieutenant, and was kind of thinking maybe I should just take it out before Dauntless Bodyguard enters. I'm gonna go with Thunderherd Migration instead. Pay the 1, pretend like I don't have a dino. Of course I can't use anything with the extra 1. And I think they could have removal for Huntmaster. I'm at 4 lands. I might get to 5 next turn for Regis or Alpha, and hopefully the 2 bodies are enough to scare him away. But he just got on Arena. Okay. Yes, the Dino. Yeah. I forgot to mention that at the start. And I'm definitely dead now. Oh boy. Oh, it's okay. Okay, I get it. I get it. Yeah, perhaps could have mulliganed a little bit more aggressively for that Brotherhood's End. But I did see a rending volley. So that was nice. But yeah, daily deals. Dinos. Get her done. Actually, we can check it out. And we can be reminded, unfortunately, of the very, very sad... I should have a little clip that focuses on sad stuff. The lemons, I guess, will default to sad. And, of course, the crying dino. But, yeah, there is a point, a very sad point I need to mention. You guys might not be aware of it. It's too bad. It's too bad. Rampaging Brontodon. Hey, stay there, mouse. Don't move. Yeah, Rampaging Brontodon. It's not legal on Explorer, even though it is legal in Pioneer. A little bit of a glitch, but yeah. Yeah, that was good tonight. Some fantastic matches. You guys saw the potential of Gwenna if you have copies. Slap her in a deck if you have big enough creatures to rightfully support her abilities. Yeah, I know. Have a nice night cut. And yeah, Dr. Gazooks, for whatever reason, it's on here. You can't add it to an Explorer deck. It is almost... Well, it's not infuriating. I don't really get mad, but it's unfortunate. I would love to play this. I think this could be better than Ancient Imperiosaur. It could be coming down. You don't have to tap a bunch of creatures. It might be hitting for 12. You could have 1 creature. Ancient Imperiosaur would be an 8/8. Or you could have 1 creature in this, and it's swinging as 11/11, 12/12, bigger than Galta sometimes. You only need it to be big when you're attacking, which chances are it's going to be every turn anyways. You probably won't have it to block, so I think that's something I need to think about whenever they fix that glitch. But yes, that was good. Cut, Dr. Gazooks, Pterosaurus. A little bit later tonight, but tomorrow night, fan fight night, if I can figure out a good thumbnail and if things aren't too late. But I don't see any reason why I wouldn't do fan fight night tomorrow night. Have a good one, everybody. Have a good rest of your time zone. Stay cool, cooler than I am for sure, and see you next time. Peace. You just bought all these. Good stuff. I don't really need Terrain Express just because I have the alternate art, but yeah, tempting. All right, peace.